you feel if your son was using drugs, your daughter was disgusted by your behavior, your husband was planning to leave you? Oh my God. These are all traumatic events facing many of us, including Lena Randall, the main character in this great new book titled Searching for Tina Turner. I could hardly put it down. That's why I've got it right up here. Here with us this morning is author Jacqueline Luckett. Jacqueline, thank you.
Hi, Brenda.
Honey, this is a great read.
Thank you.
I cracked it last night and I was like, oh my God. Very sexy too, I might add.
Well, I've been told that it's pretty sexy.
Good for you. Now, what inspired you to write this great book?
Well, I've been writing since about 1999 when I started writing on a dare to myself. And I started writing short stories, had some fun with those, went through some personal changes in my life.
Personal changes like Ms. Randall?
Like Miss Spencer. Her last name is Spencer, yes, like her. And also several of my friends were going through that same life change at the same time.
Yes, I've been through it myself.
Okay.
Not the most fun you've ever had, but
no,
you can make something out of it.
You absolutely can, and that's the message that I'm trying to give in the book, and it's my own personal message. So I took some of that information, the emotion from myself and from my friends, and decided what would happen if a woman on the verge of change was inspired by Tina Turner.
Oh.
Yeah,
the queen of change.
She's just a fabulous woman.
She is the come-from-behind queen.
Totally, and she has such inner strength, and people don't really focus on that a lot.
And you've got some Tina Turner hair going on here this morning, Jacqueline. I love it.
Well, I don't have my fro on, which is in my pictures, but yeah.
I love the way you open with this scene of the couple of their very first date, and Tina Turner coming out on the stage and her little swinging fringe and all that. It's such a great scene, the way you describe it. I felt like I was right there, and the Ikettes and Ike.
And everybody there. What I wanted to do was start off with some energy.
Right.
Because as we go through that first chapter, we find that the main character, Lena, is not really that energetic, but she's drawn on this memory of how her life used to be with her husband and when they first fell in love. And that's what she needs to get her through.
Well, in a lot of ways, it does echo Tina's story. Because Tina started out as this very hopeful, uber-talented young woman, dancing, singing. She had it all, the looks. And then we all know the story of how difficult her life became, her marriage, all of that. And then, bless her heart, she has risen above it, and how?
Totally. Well, you're a therapist, and they say that success is the best revenge. So that's what I think that I could say with confidence, that Tina Turner certainly did gain some success.
But she did it by going on an inner journey, and you illuminate that.
That's right.
So beautifully in the book.
Well, also, my character goes on an inner journey. I was speaking to a book club, and one woman asked me, well, what took Lena so long to make the decision about moving on in her life? And it's not an easy decision.
Oh my God.
As we know from Tina Turner's experience, it took her years before she left, despite all the negatives that were going on.
Well, women are very committed on so many levels in marriage, and it's at a level that most people don't fully appreciate. People always say about someone in a violent relationship, why didn't you leave? And that's really not the question. The question should be, what would it take for you to leave? Because the research shows that the more factors like money, job, people to help, someplace to live, the more of those things there are, the more likely the woman will leave.
Interesting.
So Tina took her shot when she could get it.
She absolutely did. And I think that what Lena does, or I know as a matter of fact what she does, is try to draw the strength from Tina Turner, because as talented as we know that she is, and at all that time, she still had that little something inside of her that didn't give her the confidence to make that shift. And it's that inner strength that my character Lena draws from Tina Turner. And when she realizes that she needs everything that she has inside is really all that she needs to move on to whatever that next phase in her life is.
Now, does the character also go down the spiritual road? Because Tina says over and over and over that her real strength came from her spiritual awakening, that everything, including the divine, was inside her, and she started chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, and building her strength and energy with that chant.
No, my character doesn't take that spiritual path. As a matter of fact, I don't really address spirituality, but I take it more from the standpoint that women forget about themselves. We forget about ourselves, and so that's the strength that she
See, I would say that is spiritual.
Perhaps, yeah.
I would say that any time we look within and gather our resources and pull them out, we're developing the best in ourselves, and at the end of the day, that's what spirituality is.
And I hadn't thought about it that way, but you're exactly right. That is what the character does.
So there you have it. Tina Turner,
there you
Searching
go.
for Tina. Now, what do you want people to take away from the book? What's the core thing you want your reader to put this book down and go, I got it. Jacqueline, open that window in my mind. I got it.
Right. Well, I want them to cry where my character cries, and I want them to feel good when she feels good. But this is really a story of transition. It's a story of new beginnings and reinvention, and that's what I want my readers to take away from it.
Which is what life is all about.
But you forget, and you forget to label them that way.
Yes.
So I want the readers to put down the book and say, first of all, I have a friend that I want to tell about this book, and also that I'm going to be inspired to make whatever changes, big or small, in my life so that I can move on to the next stage.
And what you're saying is you want people to consciously approach change.
Absolutely.
Because life is about change.
And change is very frightening.
It's frightening.
But it is constant.
It is frightening, but it's less frightening if you know it's part of an overall plan.
Right.
And that plan leads us where we need to go at every moment so that we can grow.
Right.
And I love the way your character grows.
Thank you.
She's an inspiring woman, and so are you, Jacqueline.
Thank you.
Because writing a book and developing a book like this is not easy.
It is not easy at all.
I know that. And honey, you hung in there and you did it. You've delivered a great book. I want everybody to read this book, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
For inspiring us. You can learn more about Jacqueline Luckett and her work by visiting her website, JacquelineLuckett.com. And you got to read this book. We're going to leave you now.